Please join us. Torah lesson. Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Chayei Sara. The question of the week is, what is our mission in this world, and how do we go about accomplishing our mission? So in this week's Torah portion, Parsha Chayei Sara, we learn about the first shlichut, the first messenger that was sent in the Torah, recorded in the Torah, as a shliach. And that is, after Sarah passes away, so Abraham wants to find a bride for his son, Yitzchok, so he sends his servant Eliezer on a shlichut, on a mission to find a bride. So he instructs him where to go, where not to go, and then the Torah tells us that the servant Eliezer takes some of the 10 camels of his master, but then the Torah says he takes the chaltuv adoinav biyodeh. He took everything from his master. And Rashi tells us that he had actually a document that everything that belonged to his master was going to be given over for this marriage to take place. So the Rebbe asks the question, why is it that he gave everything? We know that even when someone wants to give charity, you give 10%, 20%, but you're not allowed to give everything away. And why would Abraham give everything away? He has to live also. And Rebbe explains as follows. We see something unique. Usually, when you want to make a shidduch for your child, you get a shatchin, a matchmaker. A matchmaker's job is to make a match. Here, Abraham didn't use a matchmaker. He used his servant specifically as a shliach. Why specifically as a shliach? And the Rebbe explains as follows. Because here, the marriage that was going to take place with his son Yitzchok, with the eventual bride, was the first Jewish marriage in the Torah, which means that's the process of the first union of, in Kabbalistic terms, ma and ban, male and female, soul and body, where the two are going to unite and create a fusion of spirituality into the physical world. This was a process that started then, and this is a process that continues on throughout the ages. It intensified the process of the union between the spiritual and physical at Mount Sinai, and the ultimate culmination of the union of Ma and Ban, the spiritual and physical, the soul and the body, will take place ultimately when Mashiach comes. Now, in order for that to take place, so Abraham wanted to demonstrate how it's supposed to happen. And therefore he specifically used a shliach, a messenger, versus a shatchin, a matchmaker. Why? What's unique about a shliach? What's unique about a shliach is there's two components to a shliach. A shliach, on one hand, we know, is an independent person, an independent thinker, totally independent. But nevertheless, if a shliach's independent, he's not going to do his job. So this independent person has to humble himself and dedicate himself to do whatever the master asks him to do. So it's two opposite qualities. On one hand, he's an independent person, but on the other hand, he's totally dedicated and he's giving himself over to listen to his master. So the Rebbe explains, this idea of sending a shliach was to create the ingredients, what it's going to take to create the unification between the spiritual and the physical, between the soul and the body. In other words, when you want to create a unification between two opposites, the soul and the body, the spiritual and the physical, you need to follow the guide of a shliach. Where on one hand you have to respect the physical, it's its own identity, but the goal is to inspire the physical that it should want to be inspired by the spiritual. We know the neshama, the spirit, is the most important thing, but you can't totally force the physical and to follow. The physical is physical, the reality is reality, but we have to inspire the reality and the physical to be transformed into the spirituality. And that's why Eliezer took everything and Abraham gave him everything. Because when it comes to the ultimate mission of fusing the two, the spiritual and the physical, we have to be willing and ready to do everything it takes, and that's why he gave him everything. So to answer the question, what's our mission in this world, and how do we accomplish it? Our mission in this world is to fuse the soul with the body, the physical with the spiritual, or in the words of Kabbalah, the ma and ban. The way we do that is by respecting the physical, but inspiring it to be dedicated to the mission of the soul, and that creates a healthy relationship. But we have to do it, and we have to be willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to the memory of Baruch ben Aryeh Leib, Shlomo ben Yosef, and Rachel bas Lipa. May their souls be elevated by the Torah we're studying in their memory. For more information, please see our website, chabadswf.org. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson.